Hey there, subscribers. It's been a while since I've done a video, and so I wanted to do a video for you and show you some recent sales, maybe spark your interest in going back to the thrift store and taking a look at their inventory and seeing what you can't pick up. We've been a lot more picky recently about what we pick up. Number one, because we're moving to Florida, from South Dakota to Florida in about 12 days from now. And so we want to move as few items as possible. It's going to be kind of tricky. We're going to have to close our store for a couple days right at the beginning of the peak season. End of September into October is the start of the peak season of selling on eBay. So we're kind of disappointed in having to do that, but we're still looking forward to moving to Florida and starting there in the ministry. I'm a youth pastor, and I'm going to be an assistant pastor there at Cornerstone Baptist Church in Spring Hill, Florida. So if you're ever in the area, stop on in and see us. Right now, moving away from where we've been here for 4 years in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So a whole new set of thrift stores we'll be looking through. And so stay tuned. I'm not sure if the selection's going to be as good there, but we'll have Tampa within 45 minutes from us. So hopefully we'll be able to find some good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, let's get to the video here. Worn Once, Cole Haan, Indiana, short waterproof women's. Now, I put in the description, the Worn Once is just the condition that it's in. It looks brand new. Now, because I don't know if it's brand new, because I don't know if they've been worn, it is only worn once condition, and I put that as a disclaimer in the actual listing itself. You can even see it still has some dirt on the bottom, so it's obvious that it is worn, but there is no wear and tear to it at all, and they're waterproof. You can see that right there. Cole Haan is a highly sought after brand. Pick these up for about $4 or $5 at a thrift store, sold them for $62.99, and they paid $6 for shipping. We live in right near Minnesota, and so the Minnesota Vikings is a big deal around here. And we sold this, picked it up for $4 at a thrift store, and this is one of those on-field jerseys. And Randy Moss is a big deal around here for the Minnesota Vikings fans from back in the late 90s. And so we let this go for $34.99. This sold within about 10 minutes of listing it. So NFL season right now, and so people are looking for these things. Bali is a highly sought after brand. It's one of the top tier brands. They're made in Spain. This is, let me show you what the logo looks like here. You barely see it, but it's a serif font there. Bali, made in Spain. And these were cap-toe suede shoe. And we bought these for $4 at a thrift store in Seattle when we were visiting some family there. So we'll let these go for $80.99. I think that's a pretty good turnaround there. Now this is one that I found, I did a lot of research on this before I actually sold it. We thought it's a Stradivarius model, and you can actually see it has a lot of wear to it. This is going to have to be refinished completely. But you see the Stradivarius even on the inside there on that photo. Let me show you a little bit of a closer photo. So when I saw that, Stradivarius and the U is actually a V sound. For the older, I forget the history of it all, but this is an early 1900s model. 1910. Right around that time is the man I talked to at a local college here, music professor, and he said he's not seen one that's been in very good condition. Obviously, this one's not in good condition, but he's never seen one that's this old that's in a good condition anyway. So this one actually went to somebody in Southern California, somebody who specializes in fixing these things up. So hopefully this will be a benefit to that person. The old Stradivarius, $170.99. I paid $18 for this. Travis Matthew Skinner jacket, brand new with tags. I modeled that one for the picture here, but it says Skinner jacket right on the tag here, and it's $129.99 was the price, new with tags, but it's a couple years old as far as the model goes, so we let it go for $62.99. Canali is another brand to keep your Keep looking for, and Propasta is one of the subcategories. Made in Italy, Canali always sells, and it sells quickly. $71.99, paid $7 for it. Pendleton, highly sought after brand. Let me go down here to the, you see, I've been having some issues. I use Garage Sale. You can see it right here. Garage Sale. I've been having some issues with pictures loading, so I've been in contact with them, trying to get that glitch taken care of. So Pendleton, it's a blue tag with yellow lettering. You can't miss it. And they specialize in Shetland wool. So $29.99. I think we paid $4 for this sweater. MVP. Now this one, I highlighted this one. This one wasn't a huge profit. We paid like $7 for these at Burlington Coat Factory. And you can go to Ross, you can go to Burlington Coat Factory, you can go to Gordman's and pick up these premier brand items for at quite the discounted price. These are MSRP $60, and they go very quickly at this price, $25.99. It's a quick turnaround, quick profit. We bought about 12 pair of these, and we've just been selling them. They go quickly, especially in high school football season right now. We bought this at a local, it was actually, I think, an antique store, but this was just hanging up off to the side, and it was like $5. So Woolrich, and it was made with real wool, and it was highly decorated, so we figured let's pick it up. We let it sit for probably about 6 months, but finally we got our $50 out of it. Levi's, any of the old Levi's sell really well. Now, one thing that I want to let you know, you want to keep your eyes open for the red tab Levi's that have the uppercase E. If it ever has the uppercase E, you're looking at well over $100, sometimes upwards of $300, because those are the original Levi's from back way early 1960s, 1970s, I think is the time frame. Don't quote me on that. This is an 80s jacket. I got that from looking at the tag and looking it up and doing some research. But these trucker jackets go really well, and this is a light wash one. So we sold it for 2 bids, up to $39.99 is what it went for. We did an auction. I've been doing a lot of auctions recently. Joseph & Feiss isn't usually a brand that sells well, not usually, but this one had, as you can see, the braces with it. Plus, look at this size right here, 60 regular. That's cash right there. People are always looking for plus size clothing, especially in men's suits, on eBay. So always keep your eyes open for the bigger sizes. You can see on my size small mannequin how well it fit on that. It did not at all. It was like a super large, extremely large on my tiny mannequin here. But look at this, 56 waist, 60 regular. I did the measurements. Look at that thing, 28 inches across. Multiply that by 2 to get the waist measurement. It gives you 56 measurement on the waist. I mean, it's if you ever see that size, and no matter what brand it is, even some of the older brands like the Palm Beach brand or the I'm trying to think of some of the older brands that aren't even good ones, Stafford, these sell really well in these bigger sizes. So we got $100 out of that. Only spent, I want to say we spent $8.99 on this. I always stop by the book section, and if I see any newer textbooks, I'm always scanning them with my Amazon app. Now, I went to put this on Amazon, but curiosity got the best of me, and I looked over at eBay, and that was going for about $5 more on eBay. So I put this on, and sure enough, within 24 hours, it sold for $50. I paid $2 for this book. $2 to $50. You'd be not in your right mind if you were to pass that up. Brooks Brothers always sells really well. Doesn't sell quickly in the summertime, but come fall, come winter, these blazers and Brooks Brothers sweaters and shirts even sell really well in men's clothing. Brooks Brothers does even better, I've heard, in women's clothing, but I don't deal in women's clothing a whole lot. $50, paid $7 for this. I've had these in my closet. These were mine. They're size 9. They were just a little bit wide for my foot. I wear actually a double A in width, so I have an extremely narrow foot. But these were a little bit big for me, and I bought them secondhand and I wore them for a while. As you can see, there is some wear and tear, so I couldn't get the typical $100 used out of these Allen Edmonds that I would usually get them. But these still sold for a best offer. This guy contacted me. We talked back and forth. Really nice guy. Let him go for $45.99. Dansko always sells well on the newer models. Now, this was a unique model. This is why we picked this up. This sat for a while, but because of the unique color, and we looked up someone else's listing, and they had tapestry on this, so that's why we have that on there. I don't even know what that means. I think it has to do with quilting or something, but we let these go for $40. I had them listed for about $60 for a while. We just weren't getting a lot of traffic to them, so I dropped it down. Like I said, we're trying to move some product to be able to take as few items with us to move to Florida. But $40, we paid $4 for them, so I'll take that. Nordstrom is a good brand to look out for. I think this is one of the glitched items, yeah, as you can see. But it's still sold with just one photo. 40 regular, that was a little bit short for me. That's near my size. 39 regular, 38 regular, 40 regular, right about where I wear, depending on the brand. But I've been wanting a camel hair blazer, but this one was just a little bit too short in the sleeves for me. But always put the measurements. As you can see, I put detailed measurements here, and put a lot of information on here, as much information as possible. Features: a 3.5-inch lapel. Measured the lapel. Put 2 buttons, center vent, middle vent, whatever you call it. $60, and paid about $7 for this. Now, this is a funny story with this. I don't want to take too much time on this, but as you can see, we got a pretty penny for this. I went to a yard sale, I want to say 3 years ago. And I talked to this very kind lady, and I bought from her a cribbage set I paid $30 for it, but because of Noble Games, they're handmade in North Dakota, very highly sought after collectible games. All of them are serial numbered, they're all handmade, and they're made with precious woods. And so I bought the cribbage set. She was asking $60 for this one. I didn't quite want to put the money down for that yet. We got that cribbage set. It sold within about 4 days for $150. So I thought about going back, but I couldn't really remember quite where the house was. I got a call while I was making hospital visits the other day, and this lady said, "I know you don't remember me. My name is such and such. I got your number from you 3 years ago at my yard sale. My husband and I were cleaning out our basement, and we ran across these games. We know you were interested in them back then. Would you like them?" Now, this was my birthday. She called me. So what are the odds? And she said, "We want to give them to you." So she gave us this backgammon set. Huge set. The size here is a 24-inch by 19-inch. Limited edition oak wood. We're pretty sure it's oak wood backgammon set. And, I mean, you can tell this is just top quality. So she gave this to me on my birthday. So I went straight from the hospital over to her workplace, and I picked them up from her, and we sold it for $300. And I told her, I was very honest with her. I said, "Hey, listen, what we were doing, we're not collecting them ourselves, we're selling them." And she said, "Well, more power to you. Go ahead and do whatever you want with them." So we sold this one. We also have a checker set listed right now for $100. I believe I have it for $189.99. It's a little bit smaller than this and made of mahogany. So, I mean, make good relationships with people that you meet at yard sales and thrift stores. Get to know those people. Maybe it'll come back and profit you in the future. J. Crew, Fisherman, the chunky knit sweaters, the Fisherman sweaters, any of these sell really well. J. Crew's a sought-after brand as well. $45 this went for. I was surprised it went for that. And I had it listed actually for $19.99 for a while. And then I looked up Fisherman sweaters, and I noticed that they were going for these prices. So as soon as all I did was increase the price and put the word Fisherman on this, and it sold. I mean, people are looking for that word, and that proved it. So Fisherman sweater, be sure to put Fisherman sweater on a thick, chunky knit cable knit sweaters that are made of wool. Pendleton, another Pendleton. I'll show you the tag here to show what the Pendleton brand looks like. There it is, blue with yellow lettering. But this is a Western. It had the elbow patches. Elbow patches are gold and 44 long, so not too unique of a size, but $50, sat for a little while. I think I actually took a best offer of about $45 for this one, if I remember right. They paid $11 shipping, so paid $7 for this. Stetson hat. Stetson's a good hat. It's a high quality hat. It's made of beaver. This one was, and $45.99 is what it sold for. Had it listed for $90 for a while. Some of these hats will go for that, but this was a smaller size. I'm sorry, no, this wasn't a smaller size. I'm thinking of another hat that I have. I forget why I dropped down the price on this. I think because I had it in inventory for a while, but it sold for $45.99. So those are my items. Those are just a few of the items that I've sold over the summer. Now, some people say it's impossible to sell stuff over the summer, but you look how much money we made just in this video alone. That's quite a bit of profit just from remaining faithful even through the slow time, even through the slow summer. Now we're coming up on fall and winter, and things are about to speed up a little bit. So look for some more videos. I'll put some more videos up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll be sure to get more information over to you as we get it. Thanks and happy selling, and God bless you.